Yes, well, you used to say a penny for your thoughts, didn't they? Well, it's inflation days and it's probably $1 for your thoughts now. And thinking about dollars, have you ever come across some of the extraordinary things they can do with the American dollar? I've got a small collection of some of the more amazing effects. This one, for instance, shows Washington, who appears quite normal there, holding his hands up in horror and almost trying to take off his wig. Because this is produced in 2008 when there was a run on the American banks and a $700 million deficit. $700 million deficit. There's poor old Washington in despair. So that was produced at the time as a joke item, I suppose. There's a very clever origamist here who I've known about for many years, Dr. Neil, and he makes things out of paper and then folds them, and he encourages you to have a go with a $1 bill, make some slits in it, and then infold it in a very, very clever way. You can just see a corner of George Washington's face there, and it's folded flat and very symmetrical, and it's got roughly that sort of pattern going on in the inside, but it's clearer to see it with the pink and white paper. But it's certainly the front and the back and the front and the back switching over as you trace it out with your finger. It's a $1 bill which has been extraordinarily artistically infolded into that lovely shape. And it fits exactly onto the top of this too, it's the same size. So, origamists love them. Here's another thing that I suppose is origami. It's a friend who I met at one of the many parties in New York for the Toy Fair, who goes round on the underground, the subway there, folding bits of $1 bills into extraordinary things. That's his business card. And this is the one that I chose. At the party, he puts up a little board behind him, which shows wonderful pictures. Some of these things he's showing here, the elephants and kangaroos and penguins, and he asks you to choose an animal or a bird or something. I chose this rather fun thing because he's got a couple of nice little eyes, wobbly eyes on it. And in about 2 minutes, he folded the $1 bill I'd given him, and I think it cost me another $5 for his time and trouble, and well worthwhile. And you came out with one of these in your hand, and his business card as well. So what a lovely activity that is, and a very nice thing to come across at one of those many toy parties which I attend at the New York Toy Fair. There are loads of magicians who had fun with the dollar, making them typically into finger rings. That's the example of one. It's a $1 bill and just about fits on my little finger now because I've got two bigger fingers, but it's neatly folded like that. And this one here is, yes, this is a $2 bill, so it's a slightly bigger value, but it's the same size. And then just for a bit of real fun, they like to think of rings should be diamond rings, shouldn't they? Diamond. Oh, and someone has thought of an idea of a pun and made this with it. It looks like the same as the other two, a diamond ring, but actually it's got embedded in the top there a little coin, which is a dime, 10-cent piece. So it's a dime in a ring, almost diamond ring, and that's a lovely idea from some New York magician. They're very inventive, aren't they? But the charming idea is to have finger rings made from $1 and $2 bills, and if you want to add the diamond into it as well, it makes it even better, I think. There's a much more advanced bit of design I've ever come across, in fact. It's one of the best, where you have to take out a dollar bill and fold it very, very carefully. It's the most intricate and exact folding I've ever done, with very, very high tolerance levels. This fits in eventually when it's been done into there. And that's just one of four pieces. There's 3 pieces you've got to do. And you've got to make it very, very precisely. There's a bit of George Washington still appearing there. With the other 3 pieces, you start folding them into each other to make one of these little crossover things. And the third one's got to go somehow down there, partly by taking off or unfolding the other bits. And the end result is one of these. So that's been made from 3 of these, going this way, this way, this way, and this way. Isn't that remarkable? I spent many hours making that. I think some people could do it very quickly, but it took me a long, long time. Then I came across at one of the many events in America, a lady origamist and magician who I've known for many years, and she made double-sized ones, where each of these is actually made of 2 $1 pieces, and the end result was one of these, which is just twice the size. They weren't large dollar bills, they were exactly the normal dollar bill, but in each of these legs, as it were, these little rectangular pinks, she had $2 joined together to create a large one. very nice and much, much larger, but fabulous bit of intricate folding. The best part of it actually was when she gave me the thing, he put it in a wonderful little container to protect it, because it's quite crushable and easy to damage. This is what she did. She got one of those Coke bottles or Coca-Cola bottles, put it in, made some brilliantly designed little cuts, and then when you flip it over, it flips down and stays what are called double places of there we are, of rest. And the last one, and when the last one goes over, it clicks very nicely down, and that holds it extremely securely. So, as much as anything, I love the thing inside, but that's an extraordinarily clever and appropriate packaging, which I'll keep and treasure.